you!
Yes, you! If you like what you see, please hit the like, subscribe, share button, click the bell to all notifications on if you want to know every single time I upload. I play video games, I do funny videos, I am an absolute crazy ranting crazy person. Please share to Twitter, Facebook, Blogger. I still don't know what the crap Blogger is. And enjoy the video. Some say he was too vulgar for Star Trek. I don't believe it. Some say he might have saved Star Trek, from itself. Hello, everyone. I am still Mecha Random 42. The one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy, trying to find 2 minutes of energy. Yes, we are talking about Seth MacFarlane and Star Trek. You guys want to know what the ratings for Discovery have been on CBS? Well, we'll get to that in a second. I do want to talk a little bit about what the crap they're thinking with Star Trek and why we can have good Star Trek right now, like the Orville, and nobody has any problem with it. But the actual people making actual Star Trek, what? They can't get their heads out of their own backsides. They can't get their heads out of their own patooties. They want to go around with all of this vulgar swearing, Saw stuff, the murder stuff, all of just the garbage. Shut the fuck up. And they thought Seth MacFarlane was going to be too vulgar and too trashy and too low class for Star Trek. But do you see what they gave us with Star Trek lately?
This is so fucking cool.
It is fucking cool.
And 0 Point Star, thank you so much for $5 super chat. I'm Mecha. Welcome to the channel where the show doesn't exist, where the ratings don't matter anymore. That's a good intro, and thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, they don't matter anymore because who's watching them? Well, like I've said time and time again with Star Trek, at least Discovery over on CBS, we already saw it. Anybody who already saw Star Trek knows what they're getting, so it's not current. They're not going to rewatch it if they liked it. And anybody who saw it and then did not like it, like, myself, I'm not going to rewatch it. I'm not going to rewatch it for a third time. I already rewatched it for a second time to review it when it first aired. The Jester of Sin, 666 super chat. Like normally if you're in America, it will convert and you'll get the Hail Satan pop-up. But keep the content coming, Mecha. Don't forget to like, share, and spread the girl. Well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. It's like what Bree says.
Please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, keep your comments to yourself.
I'm just one person. I don't have a team of people editing. I don't have people on social media. I do have you guys though. And anytime you guys share, it does really help. But I don't have appointed, approved. I'm just one person doing the best I can with a stream deck and a green screen and a dulcimer. And it has nothing to do with anything, but I figure it's a nice prop. Some say he saved Star Trek. He is not the Stig. It is Seth MacFarlane. And thank you so much, Matthew Hooker, £5 super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Seth MacFarlane had been rumored to be leaving. The series was rumored to be canceled. All of these things. Now we've got a new rumor, and I don't know how credible this source is. I've never really found any really, really credible stuff. Also, thank you so much from this site, Giant Freaking Robot, but we're going to talk about them. Exclusive. The Orville is not canceled, but Seth MacFarlane is quitting on it. Recently, now, like I said, I don't know how much I take this one as legit. Please take this one as a grain of salt, with a grain of salt. As a grain of salt, wow. I can talk today. Recently, rumors have been swirling that the Orville may be canceled, and we've exclusively uncovered the reason why Seth MacFarlane just doesn't want to make it anymore. Contrary to what some outlets have reported, that Hulu doesn't want more of the show past season 3. The truth, according to our source, is that Hulu would love to have more of the show, but they can't convince Seth MacFarlane to sign another deal. It In the email sent to us by our source, Seth keeps telling them he's ready to move on to other things, and he thinks he's done enough. Well, you're just getting started, though. I don't believe this. I really, really don't buy this, because Seth MacFarlane is a Star Trek fan, and he knows a good story takes about 7 seasons to go from beginning to end on, especially with what he's set up with the Kalons, with the Krill, especially what he's set up with all of these little alien interactions and species. So the fact that you have this rumor, I'm not buying it. I'm really, really not buying it. The whole Star Trek stuff was his dream. And with the way Star Trek has been going lately, and we'll look at the ratings in a second, I don't buy that he would just say, I'm throwing my hands up. If anything, he would probably throw his hands up at Family Guy, where he can't tackle a whole lot of what's going on today without the PC cancel culture coming for him, and without, well, the rest of us just kind of tuning out, because Family Guy's getting a little stale. So if he walks away from anything, it would probably be Family Guy. It's about time. It's really about time. But who knows what the contracts are like for that. He's been pitching the idea of killing off his character and handing the show over for someone else to run it, but Hulu does not want more of the Orville if Seth MacFarlane isn't a part of it. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If this were to happen, which I highly, highly, highly doubt, it could work without him, because I could see Kelly stepping up as captain. I really, really could. She's good enough. She's competent enough. She's not combative with her fellow officers. She goes and recognizes that her team has talent and that they're better than they feel they are. Look at the case of the engineer who, I guess he was the pilot who went on to be the engineer. And I can't remember his name because I can't remember names right now because it's one of those days.
I've got a headache this big and it's got Excedrin written all over it.
Anyway, I think she could step up and be okay. I think the show would be fine without him, but I don't want to see him gone, and I don't believe it. Apparently, the battle over whether or not to kill Seth MacFarlane's Ed Mercer character was also part of why it's taking so long to get the Orville Season 3 done. Don't believe that one either, because Newsweek flat out released an article at the end of September where Seth MacFarlane doesn't state any of this. In fact, he basically says, we're very, very excited to bring you the next season of The Orville. All I can say is we're working on it, and we're working very hard, and we'll be back soon, folks. So this article is reading way too much into something that can be easily explained away by the cough cough. What's going on this year? Why is my voice there? Because there's all these coughs going around. I don't think I have it. No, don't worry about me. I was much worse in January. We have other things going on this year that made everything, every single production under the sun, stop. So I don't believe that. Seth wants to kill off Ed Mercer in the Orville Season 3 finale, and Hulu doesn't want him to, because they still have hope they can convince MacFarlane to come back for the Season 4 of the Orville. If they do, they'll just make it a cliffhanger, though. Look at what happened with Best of Both Worlds. In Star Trek, they took freaking Picard. Earlier this week, when MacFarlane was asked in an Instagram Live if the Orville was being canceled, he was evasive. The non-answer he gave was, there's been a lot of speculation online. Will the show come back? The show is still a huge priority for me and the cast and everyone else. We do have a season to finish, and we are going to finish it. Those aren't exactly the words of a man who sees himself doing a lot more on the show. Instead, it sounds like someone who's trying to wrap things up so he can move on. Well, here's the thing. I read this as, we don't know if season 4 is going to happen. Let's not count our chickens before they're hatched, right? Let's not do that, because what's going to happen if he says, oh yeah, and we got all this planned for season 4, and then they cancel it? That's possible. That's always possible. We don't know what the ratings are going to be like on Hulu. We don't know how well of a fan reception it's going to have now that it's not on network television. Meanwhile, Seth MacFarlane is already busy signing up to work on other projects which are not the Orville. He's working on the series Skywatch for the new Peacock series. Skywatch is set in a future world where delivery drones are ubiquitous and also turning evil and attacking people. Ooh, that sounds cool. He's also working on the limited series, The Winds of War for NBC. See, all these limited series, he could do that on his off time. He could do that on hiatus, because how many series does he have in the works, right? And then they'll take like a couple months off. He seems to be the type of person who just wants to keep busy. Nothing wrong with that. Fictional telling of World War II, alright. Actually, both of these future projects Seth is working on are deadly serious without a trace of comedy, humor, or lightness to them. That's a sure hint to where McFarlane's at. It seems he's trying to leave comedy behind him. Even though the Orville's become more serious as it's gone on, the show will always be lighter in tone. Well, you're reading an awful lot. You're assuming. This is a lot of assumptions based on a vague answer. Being the creator and the executive producer of The Orville has helped give McFarlane a launching pad into the world of live-action TV, where he's now in demand and networks are offering him lucrative deals. If he stays on with The Orville, he'll miss his window to do even bigger projects. Well, he's already a billionaire, though. This is a passion project. He wanted to do Star Trek. He can make it more serious as the show goes on. There's no reason why he can't. We don't need to laugh every 5 minutes. It can be as serious as Stargate, and that's kind of where it's sort of settling. Where Stargate had a lot of humor, but it was still a serious science fiction show. It was more of an action-adventure military show, but still. The point being, you can have all of this without him jumping ship. So this person is just inserting a lot of opinion and reading a lot into it without having really any information other than an email that we don't see. So I don't buy it. I really don't buy it just yet. But hey, I could be wrong. I have no counter information. I'm just giving you my opinion, like I said. Now the Star Trek ratings, the fun thing. Oh, I can't wait. We already saw this in chat. I'll just go on and put it on. They've dropped. Surprise, surprise. Not by a whole lot, but by enough. And here's the thing. Episode 1 was just the Battle of the Binary Stars, right? And then episode 2 is the Vulcan Hello, or did I get them reversed? Tell me in the chat, did I get them reversed? It was part 2 of a 2-part season opening that should have just been condensed into one. Did they condense it into one? I don't believe they did. You're losing people to the conclusion of your 2-parter. People don't care how it turns out. You lost 100,000 people from 1 week to the next. That's actually a pretty big deal. 100,000 people tuned out. You're losing people. We knew you would be losing people, and it's going to keep going down and down because nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care about this crap. It's Star Trek. The Orville's the good one anyway. We know that. We all know that. That's the good one. People always say, oh, you're so negative about things. Are there any shows you do recommend? Yes, The Orville, for one. Cobra Kai is another one. I see it right here. People don't understand that I do like to watch good TV from time to time. Just because my taste is like super picky or weird, or I will like something because it's like super ridiculous and cringe. I like something like that because it's hilarious to me. I still like good stuff, too. And when the Orville is knocking it out of the park every week, I can't help but root for it. So I don't want it to be canceled. I want Seth MacFarlane to go and quit. This seems like it's a lot of hokey and a lot of BS and a lot of bullpucky. Pucky? No, that's not even a word. I'm combining words because I am a little under the weather still, and I'm not remembering how to use words like a grown human person. That's okay. I am an alien observer to your world for all you know, and I am going back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
I had a headache this big, but I took Excedrin and it's gone.